Okay? Got to make sure I'm on. Okay, like for instance, let's say I change 1/2 to a percentage. What would I do that? How would I, first I would change it to a decimal, or what would I do? Let's say we had a test. We had a test. 2 questions on the test. You got 1 right. What percent would that give you? 50%. How did you get that? Well, it's half. Well, let's look at the process. Well, you have 1/2, right? That's how much you got right. That's how much you got wrong too, but that's how much you got right, right? Yes or no? Okay, so how do I change that? How do I calculate that to be a decimal?
Times 2.
Veronica, what would I do? What would I do?
Times 2.
No, I'm not multiplying. No, I want to get that to be a decimal. Veronica, any idea?
No.
Veronica, go ahead. You can do it. 2. Remember? Go ahead. Go ahead. What would I do? Can 2 go into 1? No. So what do I have to do? Put a decimal place, and then add what? Add 0. Can 2 go into 10? 5, okay. Correct? So it's 0.5, isn't it? Right? So 1/2 equals 0.5. Correct? Yes? Okay, good. Now, how do I change that to a percent? What do I do? What do I do? No, let's do this the right way. How do I change that to a percent? Percent. What does percent mean? What does that mean? Percent. Percent. What does it mean? What does it mean? Means divided by 100. Doesn't it mean that? Percent. Look up centi in the dictionary. Take out your computers and look up cent. Cent, centi. Okay? Look up C-E-N-T. Look it up. Look up C-E-N-T. What is it? I can't hear you. 100. Okay? 100. Right? 100? Yes? How many, what is 100 years called? Century. Century, right? What does percent mean? Percent. Per 100. Right? Yes or no? You get it? So I needed per 100. Per 100. Right? Per 100. So what is 0.50? Make that, change that into something which is per 100. What's 50 with per 100? What does that mean?
50%.
Isn't that per 100? So you're changing the denominator to 100, right? So in what you're doing is you're saying 1 over 2, you're changing it to 100. You're changing it to 100, aren't you?
Yeah.
See that? So how do I change, what did I multiply 2 by to get 100? 50. What's 50 times 1?
50.
50. How else can you do it? What happens when I say, what happens when I multiply 2 times 100? What is that? What am I doing to that? Which way am I moving the decimal point? I'm moving it, in this case, I'm moving it to the right, right? Correct? So it's going to be, so it was right here, 1, 2, right? Per 100, right? Isn't that correct? Okay. So if I say I want to change 50, multiply that by 100, which way am I moving the decimal point? I'm moving it to the right. Right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Let's say we had 5 questions. We had 5 questions, and you got 1 right. What grade did you get? You had 5 questions, and you got 1 right. What's your grade? How do you do that? How do you do that? You had 5 questions, and you got 1 right.
1 right?
1 right. So you got 1 out of how many right?
5.
5. Good. So what is going to be your percent?
20.
How did you do that? How did you do that so quickly? How did you do that so quickly? That was pretty cool. Conchita, did you get that?
Yes.
Yeah. What is it?
I don't know how I did it.
1 out of 5. Do you understand that it's 1 out of 5? Yes or no? You want to change that to, we can do it one of 2 ways. We can either use the decimal way or go from the, what? Fraction way. Okay, for instance, if I have percent, what must the denominator be?
100.
100, right?
Times it by 20.
Okay, so I'm asking constant, right? Okay, so what did I do to 5 to get it to 100?
Times it by 20.
And so 1 times 20 is? For 20%, right? So can you do, what is 1 divided by 5? How do you change that to a decimal? Excuse me, I'm asking Constance, thank you. Aren't I going to say 5? Can 5 go into 1? No. Add a 0?
Yes.
Can 5 go into 10?
Yes.
How many times?
2 times.
2 times 5?
10.
So it's going to be 0.2, right?
Yes.
Right? So I have 0.2. I'm going to multiply it by 100. What's it going to be? 20. Cool or what? Is that cool? No or yes? You get it? You get it? Okay, let's look at some problems, shall we? Let's look at chapter 7 and let's look at some problems. It says, first thing is, let's go a little bit deeply into it. Okay? It says express as a percentage. It's kind of what we're doing. Okay, this is a little bit about what we're doing. It says 64 marks out of a possible 80. Yes? I'm on page 142. 64 marks out of a possible 80. 64 marks out of a possible 80. How would you do that? Come on, guys. How do you do that? Veronica, are you with us? Anyone? How would I do? Everyone change that to a decimal right now. Right now in your seats. Take out some paper. How would I change that to a decimal? Anybody get it yet?
Yes.
What do you get?
80%.
Okay, so how would I do that? 80 goes into 64, right? Does 80 go into 64? No, so I have to add a 0. Does 8 go into 640?
Yes.
How many times? How many? 8? 8 times 0 is? 8 times 8 is? Right? Now I have 0.8. 0.8 times 100. I'm not sure that, is that showing up?
Yes.
That's showing up? It is? No, it's not. I like the way you guys are saying it's showing up. It's really good. Yeah, oh yeah, it's showing up. Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay? So then it's 0.8. Yes? Now let's do another one. What's next? It says, let's say 97 out of 125. 97 out of 125. How would I get that? 97 out of 125. How would I do that? There's 125. How would I do that? Does 125 go into 97? No. No. What do I do? Does 125 go into 970? How many times do you think? 8 times? 8? Shall we try 8? Shall we try 8? You guys are all here, right? You guys didn't leave and you left your avatars here. Asleep, did you? Okay. So, what's 8 times 5? 40, right? 8 times 5 is 40, right? 8 times 2, 16, plus 4, 2, 8 times 1, plus 2, no. It's not gonna work, right? So what do you think? 6? Why don't we try? We just tried 8. 8 didn't work. You're gonna go all the way down to 6? It's pretty close. So we'll try 7. 7 times 5 is? That's 3, right? 7 times 2 is? 14 plus?
17.
Right? And then 7 times 1 is? 8. Is that right? Does that work? Does that work?
Oh.
Right? Yes or no? So that's going to be 5. What's this? 9. 125, 115, 7 again?
Yeah.
Right? 7 times 125? 875? And what's that going to be? What's that going to be? What is it? 6 times 5 is?